My name's Albert Baez. I'm the president and co-founder of Blended Sense.
My name is Ransome Tucker, and I am an investor advisor of Blended Sense. I'll go first on this one. I think small business owners can leverage photo, video in a variety of ways, mainly just to tell the story of who they are and what it's like to use their product. Anytime you can paint a picture as a business owner as to how your product's used, I think that's a massive win for your customers to relate to you.
I love that. We've also found that small business owners that have some sort of customer journey or sales process can also leverage photos and videos to infuse that process and make it a little bit more engaging. What we found is that actually leads to a better conversion number. So really excited about that, and I'm sure we'll learn more ways that they can leverage photos and videos as we go.
Absolutely.
I think the main reason that creative professionals want to work at Blended Sense and with Blended Sense is because they're in isolation. A lot of times what we find is creative professionals are doing everything on their own. They're handling the clients, the customers, they're taking down the notes, they're putting the scripts together, they're putting the storyboards together, then they're having to capture, and then they're having to edit, then they're having to do the customer service that comes along with that process. And I think the biggest reason and the biggest value that we do and bring for the creative professional is the community aspect and the fact that we handle all of those things that are outside of their wheelhouse so that they can just focus on what they do and what they love to do, which is creating.
Yeah, I would just say that I think Albert nailed it. As humans, we're social creatures, right? So even if we're talking about a freelancer or an independent contractor, someone that typically is doing a lot of stuff on their own, we still need that sense of community, that sense of we're part of something. And so with Blended Sense, the creative professional has the ability to be part of something while also, like Albert mentioned, being put in a position where they can really do what they love all the time.
Why is brand?
Why is it not?
Yeah, it's like, why is the cash coming in important? Yeah. To me, brand is what is the legacy that you leave, right? It speaks volume up to the type of product and service that you bring to the market. It's also that part that's memorable, right? It's the reason why someone refers you, because they remember your brand, they remember how you or your product made them feel, which to me is ultimately what brand is.
Yeah, no, the feel element, absolutely. I mean, if you're a small business owner, you're in a competitive space, regardless of what industry you're in. And so what your brand is how are you different than another company that sells a similar product or service, right? How does it feel to work with you or to receive your service or buy your product versus buying the other guys?
Yep. People be good salespeople. The answer is yes. They just traditionally are not inherently skilled at sales. But what we found is really more of a confidence thing. It's the same level of winning that they feel when they execute a creative project, when you can help them translate that into what it means to do sales and to interact and have communications with the customer. The moment we can get them there, then we find that those small wins start to pile up, the confidence builds, and then they become great salespeople.
Yeah, no, it's being most of my career being in sales, you come across every personality type you can imagine, right? And there's definitely plenty of creatives in the sales force. And to Albert's point, they just generally speaking have characteristics that sometimes kind of clash with sales, but the one that allows them to thrive, if they can tap into it, is they're storytellers. I mean, that's really all sales is. You're telling a story, right? I mean, you're, identifying a problem, finding a solution. Let me tell you a story about how we get there, right? And that's where a creative can really thrive in sales, if they can tap into all the structural elements and the strategic elements of sales, but really be able to tell their story. They can really, really succeed.
Creative people can be great salespeople.
Building the Blended Sense, Albert.
Yeah. So
what are you doing?
The vision at Blended Sense comes from the fact that we believe that in 3 to 5 years, if not already, the everyday small business owner, the moment that they start their business, the moment that they launch their product or they bring their service to the market, just like they have to turn on their internet service, they're going to need to turn on their content service. Yep. And that demand is not going away anytime soon. And we feel that right now in the marketplace, the everyday small business owner doesn't have access to reliable content services, to quality content services, right? And we believe that the way that that's going to change is by activating and empowering the creative professionals that are right there in their local communities.
Yep.
Not just to execute the creative projects and the content, but also these are their customers, right? These creatives are in that local community, they're their customers, they're their best marketers. Connecting those two groups in a way that is helpful and impactful for both of them, I think is gonna really, really be the future of marketing, right, for small business owners. I think it's the future of establishing a brand as a small business owner, is tapping into that local community, building relationships there, and then obviously, doing the execution of the projects and the content.
Absolutely. We want to be the bridge, right?
100%.
I mean, the rise of gig culture, freelancer culture is, undoubtedly, happening, and small business owners have for decades and since the dawn of time, right? Small business owners have been looking for ways to separate themselves and generate business, whether it was the phone book, whether it was having a website, whether it was doing what it takes to show up on Google or whatever, right? All the different iterations. And to your point, to Albert's point here, having content, being able to tell their story is really where it's moving now, and that's backed up by how customers are engaging. And you combine both of those two things, we really want to be the bridge between those two that allows both of those to shine.
100%. I think another piece that's unique to what we're doing is solving an economic problem in the local community, because today a small business owner, when they need content or they need videos and photos, they'll hire an agency that's typically not in their community, right? And so those dollars leave the community, go to the agency, they go somewhere else, then they're dispersed within that agency's team. Who knows where they are? They may be remote, right? So by doing it this way and matching to at a hyper local level and providing this bridge, that every dollar stays in that local community now, right? And now that creative professional has some supplemental revenue that they can go spend at a restaurant, that they can go spend on a local business, right? So I think that the underlying byproduct of what we're doing is this stimulation of local and regional economies everywhere.
Absolutely.
Technology company.
So Blended Sense is a media technology company because of what is going on behind the scenes in terms of the platform that's being built, right? On the front end, you've obviously got, a supply chain of creatives being deployed, being onboarded. You've got business owners that are being outreached to, being sold the service. That's all. But on the back end, you've got a proprietary and revolutionary portal being built for the entire ecosystem, both business owners, creatives, internal
producers,
producers, staff at Blended Sense, to be able to communicate, share assets, store assets, edit assets, being able to subscribe, being able to revise, and also be able to match creatives and business owners on a consistent basis, on a new basis. Anytime a new project comes up, being able to use technology, use data, use experience to figure out who would be best for this project at this time in this location for this purpose, and rely on the fact that you've got data to back that up to know you made the right decision.
Bingo. That platform's called Creative Intelligence. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. Again, my name is Albert Baez, and this is
Ransome Tucker.
We love spending time with you guys, and we are Blended Sense.